You are listening to WSN, Wolf Sports Network, live from Carrollton, Georgia, now an Odyssey station.
In this season of Sports Out of Pocket, it's all luck, with returning segments like
Controversy,
Jalen Carter just let it get the best of him for some reason, and he decided to do it back.
Cash or Trash.
Do we think Joe Flacco can turn around the Cincinnati Bengals team?
And we're going all in for Fire Me Up.
Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay, Florida. Stop what you're doing and listen to me right now, sir. You have been the king of the NFC South for 3 years.
And we take our chances with our brand new segment, Look of the Draw.
today's categories, top 10 2010s wide receivers. Parker, you pulled.
Did I just pull A.J. Green?
What?
And we strike gold with our interviews.
This is the Philly Sports Guy.
This is former MLB All-Star Justin Masterson.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez from Z100 New York.
What up, guys? It's Tyrell Adams, former UWG linebacker.
And this is Sports Out of Pocket.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Out of Pocket, Season 7, Episode 2. I'm your host today, Jackson Voles, and as always, I'm joined by the most amazing cast I could possibly do the show with. Across from me, JT Groves. JT, how's your day going, man?
Dude, I appreciate you saying that we're the best cast you could do the show with. It means so much to me, and I'm sure there's no other past members of Sports Out of Pocket that are watching this that aren't offended by that. But it really means a lot, and I'm now even more excited to get the show going.
The best cast to carry on the legacy. I know it's my final season and the best cast I can have surrounded for my final season. But to the right of me, again, a new member of Sports Out of Pocket, Parker Endell. Parker, how's your day going, man?
I'm excited to be on the show and talk sports with my boys.
Shout out.
Man, I'm super excited to have you on. And to the left of me, running the board, making us sound amazing, Michael Miller. Michael, how's your day going, man?
I'm doing great, Jackson. Drake May is an AFC champion.
You know,
that's the most beautiful statement that's ever been said.
I mean, I love that Drake May's in the Super Bowl. He plays for the Patriots. You know who used to coach the Patriots? Bill Belichick. And we're going to be talking about Bill Belichick today. We're going to be talking about a couple weeks heading into the Super Bowl and some cash or trashes you don't want to miss. But speaking of Bill Belichick, he only got around, 53% of the votes in not getting in the Hall of Fame? And speaking of 53%, in a recent survey, almost 53% of full-time college students ages 18 to 22 drank alcohol in the past month. That is why Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Networks, and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign is here to remind you there is no drinking under the age of 21. Never drink and drive, even it's one alcohol drink. And add food and water when you drink so you don't end up texting your ex, Bill Belichick, which means know your limits. And with that, let's get into the show.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
We're in here talking about practice.
It's time for the latest sports controversies.
Now, there's a big controversy circulating the NFL. As I mentioned, the best NFL head coach of all time, Bill Belichick, I mean, that might be up for debate now, was not elected to the NFL Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. 6 Super Bowl wins with the New England Patriots. And, you know, there's a lot of rumors circulating around. Did it have to do with the Deflategate? Did it have to do with, you know, his downward spiral since the departure of Tom Brady? Did it have to do with him off the field? JT, I know you're a big Buffalo Bills fan, and you have a lot of animosity towards the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick, but what are your thoughts on the Bill Belichick Hall of Fame nod?
I mean, I do really hate the Patriots. They're big division rivals, but you can't doubt greatness. I mean, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. You could argue the greatest NFL coach of all time. I mean, 8 Super Bowls. You really cannot beat that. It's unbelievable that he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's just unreal to me that voters are doing that.
Yeah, like Tom Brady said, if no one is a first ballot Hall of Famer, if Bill Belichick isn't, then who is? And what really caught my eye is Patrick Mahomes even came out and said, how do you not put him in there? And you've got guys like that coming out and stating, I mean, it just makes no sense how he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. But what I do think is interesting is Eli Manning didn't go either. So they'll both have a shot at it next time to both get in there at the same time.
I mean, I don't think Eli Manning was a first ballot Hall of Famer in my eyes anyway. I mean, 2 Super Bowls, yes, but he was carried by that New York Giants defense, and regular season stats were absolutely abysmal, but that's a discussion for another day. Now, I know you're a big Drake May fan, and you like the Patriots now. I'm not sure how you felt about the Patriots in the 2010s.
I didn't like them back then. No.
You didn't like them back then?
Particularly that one year.
But what are your thoughts on the Bill Belichick snub situation?
Dude, I cannot believe my eyes. Dude, Parker and I were talking about it earlier, and I was telling Parker, like, what more can you do? Like, as a head coach, you win 6 Super Bowls as a head coach. That the most Super Bowls by a franchise is the Patriots and the Steelers. They both have 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Bill Belichick by himself has the same amount as the 2 franchises, which he won all of them for that one franchise. I don't get it. It's absolutely unbelievable. He's the best coach in the history of the NFL. Now, I do think that as time's kind of gone away and Tom Brady went and won a ring without him, you can kind of make the debate that Brady may have been more of the reason they're winning those rings, which I would agree with. But still, though, he's got the 6 rings. I don't get it.
I think that's the only argument you can make against it is like Tom Brady went off and he went and won a ring, and the Pats just completely fell off that next year after they lost Brady. So I could completely see that argument for it. But at the same time, he still has all those accolades. Like the dude's definitely the greatest coach of all time. I feel like even if he didn't have Tom Brady, he's still a great coach. He'd still probably have 3 or 4 rings by himself. Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
unfortunately, it didn't really truly show with, Mac Jones coming into the Patriots, and then his North Carolina tenure was absolutely, I don't know what that was this season. But I'm looking at the semifinalists and the finalists for 2026. We have names like Drew Brees in here, Larry Fitzgerald, Frank Gore, Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning back on the ballot, Terrell Suggs, Adam Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, Marshall Yonda. I mean, there's a lot of other names that have been thrown in for 2026 that, it's hard to defer from players and coaches, but only a certain amount of people can make it. And I guess, a lot of people had animosity towards Bill Belichick after the Deflategate and the whole thing with Roger Goodell. And, that's what happens when you have, like, scandals in, your sports league, throughout your entire career, like 2017 Astros. A lot of people are debating on if Jose Altuve should be a Hall of Famer because of that situation. And, it's just, it's rough for Bill Belichick. I think he's the greatest coach of all time. I do believe he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. But, unfortunately, that's not the way it went. But speaking of coaches, we're talking about a new coaching hire in the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers, last year we talked about the departure and step down of Mike Tomlin. And Steelers fans, they're looking at the coaching carousel, and a lot of them wanted a young head coach, maybe in his mid-30s, like Clint Kubiak, like Chris Shula. But they went and got Mike McCarthy, and I'm not necessarily a big fan of it. A lot of people saw his press conference. I love that he has a lot of love and passion for the city of Pittsburgh, but I don't think it was a great hire. I think they needed a younger guy, and it might tear with Aaron Rodgers coming back to Pittsburgh. We don't know. But what are your thoughts on the Mike McCarthy hiring, Parker?
I don't understand it. I don't like it. I don't care for anything the Steelers got going on. But looking in, like you said, a younger coach. They've got a decent draft pick to draft a quarterback in this upcoming class. And like you said, a younger coach, a new QB. They need all new faces in there. And to decide to go and get Mike McCarthy, who stunk it up with the Cowboys last year, and that just can't be 2 years ago. That just can't be the reason that you try to bring Aaron Rodgers back. Because, Aaron Rodgers, he luckily got you into the playoffs this year, which was magical. But I just don't understand it. I don't like it, and I'm glad the Falcons didn't do it.
Yeah, honestly, Mike McCarthy going to the Steelers might be the worst thing that happened to Pennsylvania in a long time. Unbelievable that you're going from Mike Tomlin, who was a consistent coach, but he just could not get you anywhere, and you go and get Mike McCarthy, who has not done really anything like in recent years. He has not done anything successful. Like you mentioned, 2 years ago he coached the Cowboys. They were awful. They were horrible. And so like you're bringing him into a franchise that is one of the most winning of all time, like Michael mentioned earlier. Like this is a franchise that is known for winning and for going to the Super Bowl. And unless you can go in there and prove us all wrong, nobody thinks Mike McCarthy's going to do a good job in Pittsburgh. I don't see it. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody sees it. Very questionable move, but you got to replace Mike Tomlin somehow. I guess this was their best option.
It just makes no sense because, like, for me, this is just such a lateral move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mike McCarthy's a good coach, but, like, he's not going to do anything different than what Mike Tomlin's been doing the last couple of years. They're just going to be the same exact team. Like, I think they're going to be the same 9-8 team you've seen the last several years with Mike Tomlin. Mike McCarthy talking about him in Dallas. At the end of his run there, they started to fall off a little bit. But like when he was there, they were winning 12 games a year, not winning division titles necessarily, but getting to the playoffs and losing in the first round. Like JT said, Mike McCarthy hasn't really done anything, in a while. That Super Bowl with the Green Bay was a long time ago. Back, was it 2010?
Yeah.
So it's been a while for him. I just, He's a good coach, so like I think the Steelers will be a good team still. It's just they're stuck in this pool of mediocrity, and you just made a move from a good head coach that has you stuck in mediocrity to a good head coach that's going to have you still stuck in mediocrity.
I mean, if you're an NFL organization, you want an upgrade, not a lateral move, like you said. Mike McCarthy hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2010, and I was maybe in kindergarten or first grade. And that was, with a very talented roster in Green Bay with Randall Cobb, Donald Driver, James Starks, Aaron Rodgers, and a phenomenal defense like Clay Matthews out there. And honestly, I don't really like the move for Pittsburgh. Mike McCarthy's a solid coach. I think it's a very similar hiring as like a James Franklin situation. Like you're going to get a 9-win season. You're going to get a winning season, but maybe not make the playoffs, or if you do make a playoffs, it's the a first-round exit. I'm very excited to see who the Steelers bring in as a quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be a return of Aaron Rodgers. He never said that he was retiring. You still have Will Howard over there. I believe Mason Rudolph is still on the roster. It shows how weak this quarterback draft class is, because I think with the bring back of Mike McCarthy, it may have some leverage of bringing back Aaron Rodgers for a final year. Yeah, JT?
I think for quarterback, you go out and you get a guy that seemed like he's been struggling now on the New York Jets, but he used to be on the Steelers. Go get Justin Fields back. I mean, you think he's such a bad quarterback. He has nothing to work with in New York. And when he was on the Steelers, he got off to a 4-5-win start in his first 7 games and then got replaced by Russell Wilson. I think that he was doing just fine with the team that was built around him. They have talent on that team. They have a good defense. They have some weapons on offense if DK Metcalf can learn to catch a football. But, you have weapons on that offense, and you actually have a solid offensive line. So if you give Justin Fields that opportunity, I think Pittsburgh could end up making a playoff run next year.
Like you mentioned, I think it will really be interesting because everybody in that division changed head coaches besides the Bengals.
Yeah.
Which
is unbelievable.
I'm surprised Zach Taylor even is still employed. But I think it'll be interesting because, it's going to be a tough division to compete in with Joe Burrow coming back fully healthy. Lamar hopefully has a better season than he did last year. And I think it's just going to be a tough division to compete in, which is why I'm just kind of low on Mike McCarthy.
I'm very excited to see what the Steelers' offense and the play calling is going to look like in this coming up next season. And honestly, I'm trashing on the Mike McCarthy hiring. And speaking of that, let's get into our next segment, Cash or Trash.
Josh Allen, without a number 1 receiver, will never win a Super Bowl.
Cash or
the Cincinnati Bengals are better off without Joe Burrow.
Trash.
Now, we had a lot of heated debates at the restaurant Jefferson's here on Maple Street. By the way, shout out Jefferson's for being our sponsor this semester and, as always, bringing us heat. But, in the stager, you talked about Josh Allen, JT, and you have a big cash or trash surrounding Josh Allen, and I'm very excited for all the viewers and listeners on Wolf Sports Network to hear this.
So, before the game against the Broncos, I saw a statistic that said Josh Allen is the best postseason quarterback of all time. Now, I know he doesn't have the Super Bowls. He doesn't have, the as much success. But 28-4, I believe, is his touchdown to interception ratio. He has the lowest interception rate in postseason history with all quarterbacks and the amount of games that he's played as well. I think that Josh Allen is the best postseason quarterback that we've ever seen. And statistically, okay, the best quarterback that we've ever seen in the postseason.
Go ahead, Jackson.
Go for it.
No.
Go for
no. I'm glad you added the word statistically. Maybe statistically, I'm not too sure on that. But you originally said that Josh Allen was the best postseason quarterback of all time and didn't mention the word statistic. Honestly,
I added statistic
Tom Brady. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl wins? And, he's only gotten knocked out of the playoffs a couple times, by Mark Sanchez, Peyton Manning. He is the greatest quarterback of all time. And he's
100%.
the greatest playoff quarterback of all time. I'm putting Patrick Mahomes above Josh Allen when it comes to playoff, matches and, whole statistics over there. But honestly, I'm going to trash that take, JT, and I know how much you believe in your Bills, and I'm sorry, Bills Mafia, if you guys are watching this. I'm going to trash that take.
I'll also trash it, and only because when you say I want him to pass the eye test too when you talk about statistics. And like I mentioned to Michael earlier, I watched that game in the playoffs this year, and Josh Allen single-handedly lost that game for his team. And like when Jackson mentions Tom Brady, I've never seen Tom Brady single-handedly lose a game for his team. So when you have Josh Allen out there and you can point at him as the reason he lost the game, I don't know if you can call him the greatest playoff quarterback of all time.
I did preface before the Broncos game, that was the first loss that you can actually say was Josh Allen's fault. He's the only quarterback in NFL history in the postseason to have a perfect game. I mean, you look at it, the past 6 or 7 years that we did make the playoffs, it was either the defense ended up selling them out, the receivers couldn't catch the ball. Stephon Diggs had a huge drop in, I believe, a championship game against the Chiefs one year that would have probably sent us to the Super Bowl as well. Just a bunch of stuff that did not go our way. But those were all like Josh Allen had 3 total touchdowns, maybe an interception, not even, and just unbelievable stats in that game. The Broncos game was the worst performance we've ever seen out of Josh Allen in the postseason. So I did preface before that. I also said statistically. Now I'm going to say Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, I'd say are better playoff quarterbacks because obviously they can make it to the big game. They can win the big game. And Josh Allen has never been able to do that. So I do agree with that part. But statistically, if you look at strictly stats, don't worry about the eye test. Just looking at the stats, Josh Allen is that number one guy.
Michael?
Yeah, I'm cashing it because of how JT worded it. Because if you're going off of statistics, I think you're right. I think JT is, or not JT, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the playoffs in NFL history in terms of that. But obviously, like we've just been talking about, like you got to win games, and he hasn't won a conference championship yet. So you're talking about Patrick Mahomes with 3 Super Bowls now. Tom Brady obviously has got 7. Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, whoever you want, keep going down the list. Joe Flacco has Super Bowl. Like all those other guys, I would say are better playoff quarterbacks overall just because they have won. Even Nick Foles, he's got a ring. So in terms of that, I would say all those guys I'm going to go over. But in terms of statistics, I'll agree with you and cash that.
Nick Foles is kind of a crazy one to throw in there.
Nick
but
Foles is a little wild of one to throw in there because he was also the starting quarterback for the Eagles in the early 2010s when they made a lot of playoff bursts there, and people forget about that. People forget about his early playoff days, and also the year after when they lost to the Saints. The Saints, or the year prior, one of the years. It was Alshon Jeffrey couldn't catch a ball to save his life. But I want to shift topics to MLB for my cash or trash. And a lot of people, I'm going to backtrack. So I said that the Los Angeles Dodgers were going to win the World Series this year. A lot of people might hate on me for this. I don't think that's the case. I don't think the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to win the World Series this year. And I'm going to give it. I really don't want to. I really don't want to say this on air, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna give it to the New York Yankees when they're healthy. I'm gonna give it to the New York Yankees when they are healthy. I think the New York Yankees are gonna win the World Series this year. You have Garrett Cole returning. You have Max Fried there. There's a lot of talks about bringing in Framber Valdez, and I think if they get Framber Valdez and with that batting lineup 1 through 9. They have a chance to take down the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kyle Tucker is wishy-washy. He's not healthy. He hasn't been healthy in the past 2 years when he was with the Chicago Cubs. And I know I have 2 Yankees fans over here, and I'm going to start off with Parker Andell.
That's a beautiful take, Jackson. I have no choice but to cash it. You handcuffed me into cashing this take, and I don't want you to give me false hope and get me all excited for this year, but. With everything you said, I firmly believe in it also. That lineup 1 to 9 statistically was one of the best offenses in baseball last year. And the bullpen was the only struggle in the postseason. And we're usually known for a pretty strong bullpen. So I really wish we would have went out and got Freddie Peralta. But with that, like you said, the Yankees see their moves as getting guys back from injury. They see Garrett Cole coming back from injury is a move at the deadline, which technically it is, but it's not bolstering to what you already have. But I believe in it. The rotation is strong with the outbreak of Cam Schlittler last year.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett Cole, Max Fried, and you have the MVP on your team, Aaron Judge. And I 100% believe in that, Jackson, and I think they have the ability to take down the Dodgers as well.
Yeah, Parker hit it perfectly. I'm also going to catch this take. There's so much talent on this Yankees team. If they could just manage to stay healthy, like he mentioned, that was the best Yankees offense last season was one of the best that we've seen in a while. And so what we're seeing out of it is now that they're starting to get their guys back healthy in the bullpen, Max Fried's back, Garrett Cole's back, Cam Schlittler had a great season last season. It's just we're starting to get healthy again. If we can truly bolster up that rotation, You mentioned bringing in Framber Valdez. I don't know if we need him. It would obviously help us out, but I think that if we did make a move like that, 100%, we have the talent to go out and win the whole thing.
Michael.
I mean, I'm not going to cash or trash it just because, like, baseball is just a different sport. Like, baseball is so unpredictable that I don't know. Like, the Dodgers, obviously, I think on paper we can all agree they're the best team in baseball by a mile.
Right.
But, like, I mean, you get in a 7-game series, it's baseball. Anything can happen. I mean, the Dodgers almost lost to the Mets 2 years ago in the NLCS, and they're way more talented than they were. I mean, there's always things that happen in the postseason and throughout a baseball season. The Dodgers could get injury-ridden. But to me, the only thing you can really like predict in baseball is really like divisions, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you've got 162 games to figure that out. So unless the Dodgers have a bunch of injuries, they're going to win the NL West. They're going to be the 1 or 2 seed probably, and then be to play in the postseason most of the way through.
Speaking on that, that's actually perfect timing for my cash or trash because I'm sorry, Michael, but I have the Mets to win the NL East.
Ooh.
Just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I mean, with all the additions they've made, I think this team is way too talented to underperform like they did last year, and I think this is the year they go out and win it.
Honestly, I'm going to toss it to JT.
I am going to cash this tag. I think the New York Mets are a very talented team, and we're seeing, like, with the salary cap, they're starting to get more and more money. They still have Juan Soto. They still have plenty of talent in the field, and also when it comes to the batting order. And their rotation is, of course, solid as always. I think that the New York Mets 100% have a shot at winning the NL East. I don't think that another team in the NL East would possibly make the postseason.
The Braves?
I don't think the Braves will make the postseason.
Like a healthy Braves team, you have Schwellenbach coming back. You still have Grant Holmes. You have Chris Sale coming back.
That's like your only argument for it.
Austin Riley, Ozzie Albies, and you know how strong this Braves team is when healthy. But, the only downside to that, I think the Philadelphia Phillies win the NL East. I think the Braves come in second just because I'm looking at this rotation for the Mets. The Mets rotation has not been good since they had DeGrom, Syndergaard, Matt Harvey, John Neese, and Seth Lugo. Guys like them. So I'm looking off this Mets rotation. Nolan McLean, phenomenal pitcher, and I think he can be a dark horse for the NL Cy Young this season. Freddie Peralta has always been phenomenal in Milwaukee, and I think he's a top 10 starting pitcher in the league. Sean Manaea, wishy-washy. Clay Holmes wasn't really proven as a starter. Kodai Senga, when coming off the injury, was just not the same. And then you have Jonah Tong. Jonah Tong is like the second coming of Tim Lincecum, the freak, But honestly, they call him Mini Freak. But honestly, I don't think that the Mets have the rotation or the bullpen to win the NL East.
Yeah, I'm trashing it. I do think the Phillies win the division, though, just to be clear, not the Braves. I think the Phillies are still the best team in this division until they get proven otherwise. Because I think roster-wise we can go toe-to-toe with them, but we haven't played very well the last 2 years. We had a lot of injuries, but we also just didn't play good baseball last year either. The thing with the Mets that concerns me is the gelling of the team. Because we've seen this a lot of times. The Phillies in 2019 remind me a lot of this Mets team, where you go out and you have all these big free agent signings, bring all these guys in together, and they don't really play as a team. It's a lot of egos, a lot of me guys, a lot of all-stars that don't really play together well. I just wonder if the Mets are going to get caught in a situation where they kind of go throw money at people, but they don't really have a winning culture. They don't really have that culture built within their team right now. Pete Alonso is the longest tenured Met that was there. Now he's gone. So now it's Lindor is going to have to kind of lead this team, which he's definitely capable of. But you're losing a lot of that veteran presence that you had in the Mets locker room, but with losing Pete Alonso, obviously. So for me, the Mets have the talent to win the division. I think any three of them could, and I wouldn't be shocked. I just don't know if they're going to gel like they should this year.
It's very interesting, and I'm excited to see how this MLB season goes, especially with, the whole thing with the lockouts and all the acquisition that's happened in the offseason now, Parker.
Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/book drive. That's thewolfuwg.com/book drive.
You know what else you can read up on? Go to wolfsportsnetwork.com. We're going to go to a very quick break, but when we come back, it's the return of our new segment, Luck of the Draw, and right after that, we're going to get into some lottery, people we are high and low on, so stay tuned.
This is JT, and as Marv Levy once said,
where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
and we are Wolf Sports Network. Wait a minute. Is this what I think it is? Wii Sports? Let's try something. Let me tell you all about this show on Wolf Sports Network. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. It's the playbook. Hear us talk about all of college football, basketball, and baseball. Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. The Playbook on Wolf Sports Network.
When you think about college sports, what do you think of?
Campus legends like Haynes King and Diego Pavia.
What if I told you there was a show for that and more?
More?
Playbook is your one-stop listen for college football, basketball, baseball, and UWG sports.
The Bulldogs have Ryan Nemhard, a great point guard, and they are going yard. Gonzaga in 5.
Tune into The Playbook Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. only on Wolf Sports Network.
The Playbook is your home for West Georgia sports this spring. From University Stadium,
And we saw a very well put together offense that was trailing and going into the half, and then comes out in the third quarter and puts themselves up.
to the Coliseum,
We're finishing well at the rim, being aggressive, being physical. A lot of guys are touching the rock. It's been a great start for the Wolves.
and Cole Field.
I hope West Georgia wins. I'm going to be rooting for West Georgia tomorrow.
The Playbook, live every Monday from 9 to 10 p.m.
Tune in to Wolf Sports Network throughout the week to hear the very best in UWG sports coverage. Catch live shows, score updates, and breaking news all week long. But sometimes seeing really is believing. And now you can watch your favorite Wolf Sports Network shows live on YouTube. Follow at Wolf Sports Network on YouTube as we bring you into the studio with your favorite shows and personalities. Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
When it comes to fandom, nothing matters more than the fit. The logo you wear solidifies your love. Now you can be a Wolf Sports Network fanatic with our brand new merch store, powered by Ozier Apparel. Visit wolfsportsnetwork.com and click About. This studio ain't big enough for the 4 of us. It's time to see who has the luck of the draw.
Now that's right, our new segment, Luck of the Draw, is back, and if you are now just tuning in, welcome back to Sports Out of Pocket. The way Luck of the Draw works is we pull names out of this hat, we have a specific category, and we go around and pull random names, and we have to name the best year possible during their career. Last week we had top 16 2010s quarterbacks, and this year wide receivers, my bad. And this week we have top 16 2010s running backs, and we're going to start with Michael Miller.
I'm kind of scared about this. I don't think I'm going to do great with running backs.
There's really not a lot of like notable ones.
Oh, Marshawn Lynch. Okay, that's cool.
Ooh.
Let's see. 2013.
Ooh.
I feel like that's a solid year. I mean,
that's solid. I think there's like
that was the year that they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, or won the
year
Super Bowl.
before.
It was the year before.
Year before?
I want to go like in between those.
I think it was. I think you might have got it right in the middle of his 2 best seasons, if I'm being honest.
All right.
Jackson is pulling.
I got Arian Foster. I love Arian Foster. By the way, he makes phenomenal music now under the name Bobby Fino. I'm going to go with 2013 Arian Foster. He was pretty dominant in that Houston Texans offense.
Alrighty, my pool is Adrian Peterson.
And
I'm pretty sure it's early years, and I really don't want to butcher this. But I don't think I can go wrong with a 2012 Adrian Peterson.
Ooh.
It was either between that or 14.
I was really hoping he was going to name a different one because that was the year that Adrian Peterson won the MVP, and he's the last non-quarterback to win the MVP in the NFL.
Dang.
So you would have gotten flamed if you picked any other year.
Well, that was the only one that was on my mind. So.
All right, my pick. Ooh. Eddie Lacy. Big boy Eddie Lacy for the first pick.
Can we do a college year?
That was my wild card one.
Oh gosh, dude,
phenomenal pick for you, by the way.
I'm really trying to think of what years he was actually like notable in
There's
in the
years
league.
he went over 1,000, and then there's years he went like 300.
And then yeah, he's definitely a throwaway pick. I feel. Give me. I'm gonna go 20. Bro, I feel like it's early, but then part of me is thinking it's like a little bit later in the 2010s. I'm going to go with 2011 Eddie Lacy.
He was at Alabama.
Was he actually?
Yeah.
All right, I sold that pick. All right, next. Matt Forte.
Hey.
That's good.
Matt Forte is all right. Give me 2013 Matt Forte.
I like it.
Let's see what Wolfie's got in store for me.
It's just gonna say on the stat sheet 0 rushing yards, 0 rushing TD.
Wow.
That's bad.
Not in NFL.
It's Todd Gurley. What a good one. But I know he ended up getting hurt. I don't know.
There's a couple
Year.
good early years with him.
I know.
With the Rams.
Todd Gurley, maybe 2015 Todd Gurley?
2015. That's his rookie year. I mean, I like it.
I think, yeah.
It's not bad.
I like it. I like it.
I maybe would have went with 17. I feel like 17 was his best year.
David Johnson. And
Ooh.
I know this year specifically just because that was his only year over 1,000 yards, and he was a Pro Bowler this year in 2016. I think it was. I hope it was 2016.
Ooh.
Otherwise, I'm phenomenally cooked, but not as cooked as JT picking a collegiate year for Eddie Lacy.
Let's see. Frank Gore. Okay, well.
So you have a lot to choose
a
from.
lot of
here.
years there.
Very old man.
Like 2012.
2012
Had to
Frank
be.
Gore.
Had to be.
You have a back-to-back.
Surely it's a good
Is
year.
this your
right?
final one?
I don't know if I'm going to have
No.
No.
I don't know if I'm going to have as much
not.
good luck as my receivers.
Round 3.
Jamal Charles. All right.
I really hope you pick a Jacksonville Jaguar year.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
He was a dog.
I can see him playing. I can't put the years together where he was at. Which years?
Throw up a Hail Mary.
2015.
2015 Jamal Charles.
That's a solid year. All right.
Up next, Mr. Jackson Voles.
DeMarco Murray.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Cowboys DeMarco Murray. He was absolutely awful for the Eagles and wasn't that great on the Titans. But I'm going to go 2013 DeMarco Murray.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
2013 DeMarco Murray.
Come on, Wolfie. Give me something good, baby. Give me something good. I don't like my order in this rotation. Yeah. Le'Veon Bell.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Bang. Those prime Le'Veon Bell years. I think 2014 Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
I think he had a really good year in 2014.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I love the Eddie Lacy pick.
Be quiet. I'm going to make up for it right here with Doug Martin, the muscle hamster.
Rest in peace, Doug Martin.
The muscle hamster, Doug Martin. Give me 2012 Doug Martin.
That seems like a safe year.
I know.
I think
I
that
had
was
to go
his.
safe.
It was either his rookie or sophomore year. Yeah.
And then my
Last
last pick, I gotta make up for it, bro. I'm on a cold streak right now. Melvin Gordon. All right, Melvin Gordon. He's still kicking.
He's retired now.
He's retired now, but he was kicking for a while.
He kicked the bucket.
Give me Melvin Gordon. Give me. Ooh, that's a rough one. I'm going to go with 2015.
It's not rough, it's Howell.
All right.
2015 Melvin Gordon. I actually like that.
I don't know if I do.
Does anybody remember the NFL bad lip readings?
I love those. Those were amazing.
The Pro Bowl ones that
Now,
they did on Whistle.
This is hit or miss. I really could miss with it. But Ezekiel Elliott.
Ooh.
And now I'm not very familiar with Ezekiel Elliott good years.
I am, unfortunately, as an Eagles fan.
But 20. I'm gonna go against what I think on this one and go like a 2017 Ezekiel Elliott.
That's a good take.
That is a good take.
2017.
There's a couple good ones in here left, and I hope I get who I want. I don't know. I don't know.
We got two names.
I know you only have 50-50, man. Just get one.
You got two names left in there.
Get one and get out.
Okay.
Here we go. Jackson's last pick.
CJ2K.
Ooh.
Chris Johnson.
Oh man.
Senior. 2011. 2011.
I think that's safe.
I think that's
That's safe. It's either 11 or 12 that he had that 2,000-yard season.
And there's one more in there.
All right.
And he got a good one, I think.
And Michael has.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy is pretty
Shady
pretty good one right there.
McCoy.
So that's early 2010s. 2011.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, you could have gone from the range of 2010 to like 2014.
I think. Yeah, I was about to say.
You
I
would
think
have been good.
I think 2013 was his best season with Philly.
With Philadelphia, and then 2014 he went over to Buffalo. But JT, you have the board, and I love your team the best, man. But recap the polls we had.
I'll save the best for last. I'll save my team for last. We will start with Mr. Michael Miller, who had the number 1 overall pick. He has 2013 Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch. 2012 Frank Gore. 2015 Jamal Charles, and 2011 Shady McCoy. Up next, we have Jackson's team. 2013 Arian Foster. 2016 David Johnson. 2013 DeMarco Murray, and 2011 CJ 2K. Parker, we have 2012 Adrian Peterson. 2015 Todd Gurley. 2014 Le'Veon Bell, and 2017 Ezekiel Elliott. And then we got my amazing team, 2011 college Eddie Lacy. 2013 Matt Forte. 2012 muscle hamster Doug Martin, and 2015 Melvin Gordon.
I might have killed this week again.
You might have. You might have went back
receivers
to back,
and
bro.
running backs.
Receivers and running backs.
So
Parker just
as
dominated.
we know, JT Eddie Lacy made his NFL debut in 2013 with the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
Played from 2013.
Such a short career that it's so hard to figure out what year. Because
He
one
played-
of those years he just put on so much weight and he
Yeah.
just fell out of the league.
He had 2 good years in the NFL, 2013, rushing for 1,178 yards, 11 touchdowns, and the next year, 1,139 yards, 9 touchdowns. But, JT, that career year is going to be a wash because it has to be NFL. But make sure to go vote on Instagram. We will have that out sometime later this week, and stay tuned for that, for the interactive poll. And JT, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to trash your team. And I'm very low on your team. I'm not putting all my chips in for 2011 Eddie Lacy. But speaking of that, let's get into the lottery.
Surely I'll have some better luck this time. Hey, how's it going? I'll take 1 lottery ticket. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just won the lottery.
Now, JT, you ended off on a very low note when it came to luck of the draw, so hopefully you're lucky, and I'm going to start off with you for lottery. Who's your lottery guy, team, or coach for this week?
So I am currently super high. I'm going to go over to the basketball world. The New York Knicks are currently in the running. They're in the top 4 teams for Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I'm really high on the fact that he might be going to New York, and I don't know what we'll have to give up for him. It might have to be one of our other superstars. Hopefully we keep Brunson. If we can, keep Cat and have some type of big 3, but the possibilities of that are very low. Overall, I'd be willing to give up Cat if it came down to getting Giannis and having that core of Jalen Brunson and Giannis and that great supporting cast. I'm very high on the New York Knicks.
What a beautiful take, because that was also my high, was Giannis getting traded. I got a notification on my phone earlier that said Giannis is looking for a new home, which seems beaten around the bush because it's been going on for so long, and Giannis denied it.
They also said this last year, I believe.
Until he realized that the Bucks don't have no supporting cast, and he's got to get out of there. And he got his 1 chip, and he needs to move on. And as to where, maybe the Hawks, maybe. The Knicks might be a decent spot. I don't know. I'd just love to see him get out of there and enjoy playing basketball again on a different team.
I mean, I love Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I'm saying that as a Boston Celtics fan, but Giannis has been the top power forward for, it's been, almost 10 years now. He's been a very pivotal piece in that Milwaukee Bucks offense. And, honestly, it's going to be really weird to seeing him getting traded because he's been on the Bucks for so long. But honestly, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the New York Knicks do need a power forward position, and obviously they haven't been really good when it comes to I would say rebounding the ball outside of maybe Karl Anthony Towns, but at the power forward position they were a heavy rebounding team under Julius Randle, and then Julius Randle went over to the Timberwolves, and it just was not the same there. But honestly, I love Giannis Antetokounmpo. I hope he gets shipped off to the West because I don't want him competing in the East any much longer. And Michael, I'm going to pass it off to you. Who's your lottery guy, team, or coach?
We're kind of combining team and player right now. I'm pretty high on Mac Jones, and I think the Falcons should go out and sign him this offseason. I think it's time to move on from Kirk. The reason why I think we should get rid of Kirk at this point is I'm getting there.
Okay.
All right. We get rid of Kirk. Okay. So that way, when we start the year, because Michael Penix, regardless of his rehab or whatever, he's not going to be able to play immediately this season. He's going to miss a couple weeks at least to start the year. Go get Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones can be a starting quarterback in this league. I think he was solid in New England, had his downfall there. He played well in moments this year for San Francisco. Go get him. He's cheap. He's got some experience now sitting under Kyle Shanahan for a while. Bring him in. Let him start the first couple games of the season or however long it takes for Michael Penix to come back. And then if he's playing well, let him keep playing. If not, you put Penix back in or you just have a quarterback competition between two of them.
I love that take, Michael, because I also agree. And Mac Jones excelled over there in San Francisco with Shanahan and McCaffrey and Kittle and not really good receivers. You put him in Atlanta with Bijan, Drake, Kyle. I mean, that dude could probably do numbers, especially in a new offense with Stefanski. There's no telling what he could do. And so I love that take, Michael, and I hope they have enough brains to actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that take as well. I mean, I'm big on Mac Jones, but it also raises some questions about Brock Purdy because, I mean, they were performing about the same. Brock Purdy was performing about the same as Mac Jones did whenever Brock Purdy went down, and they were still able to make a playoff push. So, I mean, I'm big on Mac Jones. I think he's a solid quarterback. He did make a Pro Bowl. I mean, but how much does that really matter nowadays anyway? I mean, we got Shedeur Sanders in the Pro Bowl. But I like it. I think Mac Jones going to the Falcons could be a solid fit. And I think you just got to put him in there and tell him not to make mistakes. He has all the weapons around him.
I mean, honestly, I love the take. And Mac Jones really flourished in, the San Francisco 49ers offense back when, Brock Purdy went down with injury. And I love Stefanski, and I love the offensive scheme that he builds around. And honestly, they're bringing in Tommy Rees. And Tommy Rees is a little inexperienced when it comes to offensive call playing when it comes to the NFL side of things. I wanted to mention that first, NFL side of things. So bringing in Mac Jones, I mean, he's a veteran presence, MP9 if you want to have him maybe sit a year or, be a bench quarterback because I think he needs a little bit more time to maybe either heal or just learn, the systems around the NFL. And Mac Jones, I feel like he proved back to being a starter position for, an NFL team. And honestly, I would love to see it, outside of Justin Fields, obviously, because I love Justin Fields. But Mac Jones, I feel like that would be a really valuable option for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I want to go with my lottery pick, and I want to start off with my low. My low is Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl. Santa Clara, you have so many other artists from the San Francisco area that you could have chosen, and Bad Bunny, I love you on SNL, man. And honestly, I'm super excited for the Super Bowl. I'm not excited for the halftime show because I won't understand a single word that he's saying. I love Monaco. I love that song, but I mean, we had this discussion before. I'm not. I love Bad Bunny. I love Spanish music, but just Bad Bunny is just.
So let me get this straight. You're simply low on it.
I love Bad Bunny, but Bad Bunny's not my thing.
You're simply low on it just because you can't understand a word he's saying?
No, Parker. That is not what I'm saying. But
who would you rather see replace him?
San Francisco area, California area. Who has not been a Super Bowl halftime show performer?
That's the whole point, Jackson. That's the point. Bad Bunny has never done it.
I mean, yeah, but I saw a lot of speculation that a lot of people were saying like Sabrina Carpenter was gonna do it, and I'm like,
that would be fire. Don't diss on that.
That would be fire too. I mean, we can have espresso. Yeah, espresso.
Oh,
yeah, honestly, I'd love to see that for a halftime show. But no, I would not want to see that for a halftime show. But yeah, Bad Bunny, I wouldn't be able to understand it, and a lot of people listen to his music. but it's just not very popularized around with the NFL, target audience.
I think it's smart for California because, they have that kind of diversity in California.
Yeah.
So you have already a lot of fans of Bad Bunny out there on the West Coast. And I think it's smart for the NFL. They're bringing in, because they know American football fans, obviously, they're going to watch the Super Bowl no matter what. And then you also are bringing in different audiences, different diversities to maybe they just want to watch the halftime show, but you're still getting that viewership if you're the NFL. I think it was very smart. I think Bad Bunny is one of the most popular artists out right now.
Yeah.
He's top 10 in the world right now.
I
think it's very smart.
I think it is smart for the demographic. I just heard from a friend that he sucks live, so I'm like, I don't know. We'll see what happens during the halftime show, February 8th. But I also have a high for my lottery this week, and I'm gonna go with Duke basketball. And I love Duke basketball. I was really high on. I thought, was going to be the front runner and win all of March Madness last season because you had guys like Kamon Malawak. You had guys like Cooper Flagg out there, and Cooper Flagg has been phenomenal for Dallas this season so far. But you have a really complete team for Duke basketball this season. You have Gongbug, you have Caleb Foster, you have Cameron Boozer, who's been balling out, by the way. I love Carlos Boozer growing up watching the Chicago Bulls in the Chicago area, and, he's living up to his father's legacy. You have his brother Caden on the bench. You have Dame Sarr, who's been absolutely phenomenal when it comes to the rebounding side of things, and Isaiah Evans as well. Isaiah Evans is also going to be a top prospect in the NBA draft. I'm very high on Duke. I'm very high on Arizona and, BYU, but I think Duke has a strong chance to make it all the way in the March Madness so far. But we're going to go into a quick break. But, JT, you have some words?
Of course. Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to boost literacy rates with our pre-K book drive. Our ongoing book drive will provide a new or gently used book to every child at UWG's Pre-K Monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/book drive. Together, Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network will make a brighter future. Visit thewolfuwg.com/book drive.
Now make sure to stay tuned because we have an amazing Fire Me Up this show. Stay tuned. Go to wolfsportsnetwork.com. We'll be right back.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez from Z100 New York, and you're listening to my dudes from the Sports Out of Pocket on the Wolf Sports Network.
Cross them up. Live from Carrollton, Georgia, the city of dreams. We got you covered with the men's and women's basketball teams. Shooting a three, make it with ease, crossing you up, now you on a meme. And then they popped out and did it again like Baby Keem. Tune in 1 hour before tip-off of select home games this season for the West Georgia Wolves basketball teams. For the full list of live coverage, visit wolfsportsnetwork.com. Wolf Sports Network from inside the Coliseum.
WSN, Wolf Sports Network, will have you covered this West Georgia basketball season with Inside the Coliseum, our 30-minute pregame show that will start 1 hour before select home games.
But we saw his ability to make those tough shots. He is a shooter, and he was second in scoring behind Shelton Williams-Dryden.
I think we just need to get everybody the ball as much as possible. I think we need to throw the rock around.
Join us as we cover both the men's and women's basketball seasons from inside the Coliseum.
Wait a minute. Is this what I think it is? Wii Sports? Let's try something. Let me tell you all about this show on Wolf Sports Network. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. It's the playbook. Hear us talk about all of college football, basketball, and baseball. Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. The Playbook on Wolf Sports Network.
When you think about college sports, what do you think of?
Campus legends like Haynes King and Diego Pavia.
What if I told you there was a show for that and more?
More?
Playbook is your one-stop listen for college football, basketball, baseball, and UWG sports.
The Bulldogs have Ryan Nemhard, a great point guard, and they are going yard. Gonzaga in 5.
Tune into The Playbook Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. only on Wolf Sports Network.
Binge drinking is consuming 5 drinks or more on one occasion for males and 4 drinks or more for females. However, some college students drink at least twice that amount. That is why Dream City Brewing Company has joined Wolf Sports Network's and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign to remind all our Wolves to stay safe when drinking. Never drink under the age of 21 and always have a designated driver. Oh, and throw in some good food while you're at it. Speaking of good food, like Jefferson's as well.
It's time to get heated with Fire Me Up.
That's right. It is another edition of Fire Me Up. I'm super excited for this weekend for West Georgia Wolves. And I know we don't talk a lot about the West Georgia Wolves on the show, but we are going to today. The West Georgia Wolves women's team. I'm going to start off with Michael Miller.
You know, Parker and I were on the call for the women's game this past Saturday. Saw some great basketball from the women. How about the men, though? Let's pivot over there for a second, Jackson, because they had the big upset afterwards, beating Queens, #1 team in the conference, and really just played a complete basketball game. I know Parker was enjoying that.
Hey, fire me up, man. Not a lot of times you get to see you're beating a top team in the conference like that, and weren't expected to win it at all. And like you mentioned, we are on the call with the women's. Very, very exciting game. Love to watch them stay undefeated at home and play a complete game of basketball.
Yeah, we're seeing out of this men's team that, they're doing their thing right now, but the women's team is just doing a lot better than the men's team. They're kind of doing a lot better than their counterpart. But we're seeing outstanding basketball. We're seeing one of the best stretches that we're going to see probably all season for this West Georgia basketball team. And I think it's going to continue. We're going up against Bellarmine tonight for the men's team. And I'm really excited for this game. I think that we're much better than this team. I think that we're going to get the dub tonight, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm very excited about this West Georgia women's basketball team. And speaking of, stay tuned for tomorrow night in the Coliseum. It's West Georgia women's Wolves versus the EKU Colonels. And honestly, it's the #1 seed, the #2 seed, and the ASUN for West Georgia women's basketball, and some players I love this season so far. I mean, Jasmine Jones has been absolutely phenomenal from beyond the arc, having a 45.9% three-point percentage. I mean, she's been absolutely phenomenal for this West Georgia women's team. And Asia Donald, every time I'm on the call, she's phenomenal when it comes to inside the paint scoring and drawing fouls at the line. And then you have Grace O'Gara, you have Sydney Tolbert, who are phenomenal when it comes to transitional defense and fast break opportunities. Really shifty, really versatile, giving off Trae Young vibes when he was in Atlanta. I know that leaves a bitter taste in Atlanta fans' mouths, but honestly, I want to shift over to the men's team this season. What a big transition from last season compared to this season. Last season, I would say we played D1 basketball with the D2 roster. That's how I personally feel. But honestly, D1 season so far this year, we're at a 500 record right now, 10-10. Shelton Williams-Dryden has been one of the top scorers, especially inside the paint, all season long, averaging over 20 points per game. And don't forget, Josh Smith off the bench and having a versatile rotation piece like him since coming over from NC Central, 16.1 points per game for him. And Malcolm Noel has been also amazing. And Javar Daniel, averaging 5 blocks per game over the past, 3 games so far? 5 games so far. And Javar Daniel has been a phenomenal and pivotal rebounding piece so far.
100%. And you mentioned Shelton Williams-Dryden. He currently is leading the ASUN Conference in points per game. And, we saw more of that in our last matchup. And we have a great opportunity tonight against this Bellarmine team for him to continue to pile those stats up. He's almost averaging a double-double right now, averaging 9 rebounds and 20 points per game. I love Shelton Williams-Dryden, and like you mentioned, we have guys in the paint like Javar Daniel, averaging 2 blocks a game right now so far in this season. We have the guys. Josh Smith off the bench is able to put up good shots. We have a great team. We're playing like a team. We're playing like an actual team. Last year, we didn't see much of that. This season, we don't have those strict stars of the team. Shelton Williams-Dryden might be our one guy that we're completely relying on. We want the ball in his hands when it comes down to the final shot of the game. But the 2, 3, 4, all of those guys are kind of right there in the mix, and they're able to play their part, and it's allowing us to win some games.
We also have key pieces and players like Colton Griffin as well, has been also phenomenal when it comes to rebounding the ball, and Malcolm Noel. He's been the point guard for our team for the past 2-3 seasons, and, I've really enjoyed watching him in the Coliseum as well. And I want to throw around game predictions for this West Georgia women's team versus Eastern Kentucky tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Michael.
Wolves got it by 50.
JT.
I'm gonna be a little bit more realistic than that. I do think this Eastern Kentucky team is good. I mean, they're 17-4 on the season, better record than the West Georgia women's team, 13-6 on the season. But I do see an opportunity where West Georgia can win this game. I think it's gonna be a very close game. But if we see anything like how we played last week, I think that this West Georgia team's gonna get it done. It's gonna be a 5-point game. Give me West Georgia to win this game, 75-70.
Parker.
How do I not take the West Georgia Wolves, man? Like Michael said, we watched these ladies play basketball, and we were on the call, and I was just impressed, and they hit every single bullet point that we wanted them to hit when we were watching. Transition defense, rebounding, threes, steals. I mean, they played every game, every facet of basketball so well. And if they can hit that on the key points, I think West Georgia wins this game easily.
Honestly, when it comes to my prediction, I'm going to go 86-53. That's what the score is going to be for this West Georgia women's team. We have phenomenal three-point shooters in Jasmine Jones, Asia Donald. We have shifty playmakers in Grace O'Gara and Sydney Tolbert, and people who can rebound the ball in people like Callie Thrower and Becca Ledford and Galifant coming down with the ball as well. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to this West Georgia women's team and game tomorrow night. Now, I want to talk about one more sport that's coming up this spring for West Georgia baseball. And obviously, we had a 20-31 record last season, and we brought in a lot of guys from the portal this season. Notable names like Connor Hilton, we brought in from Gordon State College, who was recently on Out of Pocket on the Road. Shout out to him. And we have retained guys like Landon Widener, Jacob Bowman. Our top pitcher, Lane Pearson, left to go to Georgia in his final year over there. But shout out Lane, good buddy of mine. But what are your thoughts on the West Georgia baseball team this season, Parker Andell?
It'll be very exciting to watch them play and hopefully be on the call for some of them games. I think the main focus for them is going to be pitching. I think their offense is good. I think they have a deep lineup and can score a lot of runs. I think the main focus for them will be pitching, and if they can keep the other team off the scoreboard as much as they score, they should win a ton of games this year.
Michael?
Jackson, I just want to highlight that you left out a very pivotal player while you were naming those people. Our buddy Brady McDevitt.
Oh, yes.
Greatest outfielder in the history of college baseball, Jackson. So I just wanted to clear that up real quick. But, yeah, I'm very excited about this team. Like you mentioned, a lot of transfers in this year, which, we've seen examples in other sports that sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't work. So I think having a lot of new guys is a good thing. I thought we were a pretty solid team last year. First year in Division I, obviously didn't. Had a below 500 record there, but I'm looking forward to this year, and I think it'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, in the last couple of years, we've seen this West Georgia Wolves team. I mean, they have competed with. I mean, we gave Tennessee a run for their money, who were the defending champs at the time. I think that this West Georgia Wolves team. Now we have a lot of guys that transferred out, but we still have guys that stayed. Like we mentioned, Brady McDevitt, one of the best outfielders in the conference right now. And I believe that this West Georgia Wolves team is going to have a very strong season. They're going to have a winning season. I'm very excited for this baseball season.
I'm very excited as well, and we have a lot of JUCO champions who are coming in from the transfer portal. We have guys like Fano Cruz, who came from Pasco Hernando State, who was the JUCO D2 champion over there. Anthony Cole as well. This rotation is completely new outside of Davis Williams, who's returning this season for his senior year. And we have a lot of new guys in the lineup as well, with graduates that graduated last season, like Cooper Prince, who was a top player in the ASUN as well. And honestly, I'm very excited for this West Georgia baseball team this season, and I'm excited to get on some of the calls with you boys for my final season as well of calling games for baseball and all West Georgia sports. But make sure to tune in tomorrow night on the call, 7 p.m. Eastern. We have Keyshawn Ward and Ryan Kroger calling the game tomorrow. Also, make sure to stay tuned because tomorrow we have our Out of Pocket on the Road releasing in Nolan Harris, West Georgia punter for the team. And stay tuned next week because we have a show appearance. We're going to get a little bit more in depth on this pitching rotation and bullpen from pitching coach Dominic Murgo. He's going to be on the show next week. But for Parker Andell, JT Groves, Michael Miller, and myself, we will see y'all next week.
You are now listening.